Hello there. I am John Smart. This is Section 3, Physics, and my instructor is Ryan Oyler. Today, I'm going to be explaining energy in terms of potential energy and kinetic energy. The amount of energy in the universe is a static value. This means that energy is never created or destroyed. It all is just existing and transferring. We may think that energy can be created with devices like generators, but it's simply being transferred from one form to another. In the case of generators, it changes mechanical energy into electric energy, so no energy is lost, no energy is created. It's simply transferred from one form to another. The principle that energy is never gained or lost is very obvious when looking at potential and kinetic energy. Potential energy is a measure of stored energy due to position. So the amount of energy used to put an object on the shelf is equal to the potential or stored amount of energy that object possesses. Potential energy is calculated by multiplying the weight by the height. Kinetic energy is the amount of energy a moving body possesses. For my experiment, I will use a shoe that weighs 1 kilogram in theory, and I'm going to place it on a shelf right here that has a height of 2 meters. Since we know the weight and height that is going to be involved, we will be able to figure out the potential energy that the shoe has when it's placed right here on top of the shelf. To do this, take 1 kilogram multiplied by 10 meters per second squared, which is gravity. That gives you a weight of 10 newtons. 10 newtons multiplied by the height, which is 2 meters, gives us 20 joules, which is what potential and kinetic energy is measured in joules. So, when I push the shoe off the shelf, the potential energy is converted to kinetic energy until the potential energy reaches 0 joules and the kinetic energy reaches 20 joules. Kinetic energy is 20 joules at the instant it hits the ground. Let's get on with the experiment, shall we? I have my 1 kilogram shoe. I place it on top of my 2 meter shelf. Right now, the shoe has 20 joules of potential energy. When I push it off the shelf, it will fall, and when it hits the halfway point, which I have marked right here, the potential energy will be 10 joules and the kinetic energy will be 10 joules. The instant that it hits the ground, the potential energy will be 0 and the kinetic energy will be the full 20 joules. Now, I shall experiment. The shoe now has a potential energy of 0. And that instant it hit, it was 20 joules of kinetic energy. As a recap, the point of this podcast was to show that there is no destruction or creation of energy. It is simply transferred. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it wasn't too long. Have a good day, Ryan.